Alright, so today we're going to talk about a little bit about the Great Depression and the New Deal by FDR. So the Great Depression kind of started in 1929 when the stock market crashed. Herbert Hoover was president then. This created loads and loads of poverty, unemployment. People were having trouble finding jobs. There were like shanty towns that were sprouting up that people referred to Hooverville as Hoovervilles because of Herbert Hoover being president and being blamed a lot for the Depression. So Hoover was president when that happened, and 1932 rolled around, and we had another election where FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he won the election as the Democratic candidate. He was us from New York. He took over office in 1933 and he established the New Deal. The New Deal helped a lot with the country's state. It provided a whole lot more jobs. It created so many more jobs, like the Tennessee Valley Authority Administration, the Workers' Progress Administration. These really advanced provided more jobs. Social Security happened that was a New Deal program. There's a lot of reforms put in place that the Great Depression couldn't happen again. Although FDR and his New Deal programs didn't really end the Great Depression, the huge spending from when we entered World War II kind of ended our Great Depression because it created a whole lot more jobs World War II did. But FDR is well regarded. He did a lot for this nation. He provided so many jobs for so many people. He created so many programs. One important thing he did, he helped our banks, because during the Great Depression a lot of people lost all of their money in the banks because the stock market dried up, and the banks invested money in the stock market. That's where all the money in banks go. They invest it to make more money, and it helps our economy. But when the stock market crashed, there went all the money from the banks. People went to the banks, tried to get their money, and the banks didn't have this money. So part of the New Deal programs, he tried to put in place where there was more insurance, a lot more. The government took on a lot bigger role in the New Deal. A lot more government jobs now, a lot more insurance from the government. There was a lot more. People kind of thought FDR may have been like a communist because he tried to be so much in control, tried to have the government be such a big role in the everyday life of a American, which now is pretty common. We're pretty used to that. But he did a lot. He helped a lot of people before this during the Great Depression. A lot of people didn't eat. People lived in cars. So many people were homeless. He didn't really get us out of the Great Depression, like I said, but he did a lot to help the people during the Great Depression. And World War II rolled around and eventually got us out. But FDR's New Deal programs were kind of a landmark idea on getting the government more involved and trying to prevent something like that from ever happening again. And although our economy's been pretty poor at times, we haven't had a Great Depression again. Jobs have been okay. Lives have been pretty good since then. So we can kind of thank FDR for putting in those reforms so it wouldn't happen again. Alright, thank you. And you can study some more up on this. It's a pretty interesting topic.